As you know, 26 years old from Bulgaria, already more than 10 years I'm into the sport. Every year I love it more and more and more. And it has helped me a lot during hard times, as every sport. So yeah, and how it all started, it started in school, as most of us probably started, and then I continued. It was like very strange, like the life itself wanted me to just continue. There were a couple of times that I was moving to a different city, not having someone to train with, but there was always one guy that is just right there, and I continued. My growth continued. So if you want to progress at something, the life will change itself and everything comes apart. I can give you an example with Krasmir. He lives in small town, but his guys that he trains with, most of the guys, they go in bigger city. When they grow up, 18 years old, 20, they go to live somewhere in bigger city. And I was wondering, why isn't he moving to a bit bigger city so that he can secure his trainings are going? But he told me that, don't worry, there will be always someone that you can have to train with. And it's like this every time that, so one generation goes away, another comes in. And yeah, so I started doing some shitty exercises, then breaking my arm. It didn't stop me. So doesn't matter what happens to you, you just have to continue, figure something out else. And from the beginning I am inside polar. Maybe there was 1 or 2 months that I wanted to change the game, but after this, I don't know, I just want to go inside again. And so what's my training? I can tell you about my trainings, how they evolved, and the differences between then and now is that I'm still training since the beginning, like 2, sometimes 3 times per day. Sometimes only arm wrestling, sometimes weights and arm wrestling. In the beginning I used to do more just arm wrestling table, but I figured out that you need also to do weights, because the problem with training only on the table is that you cannot really measure if you are going 100% max or how many percents you're using. Maybe most of you are, it happens when you're training with someone who is, let's say, weaker than you. He holds you with 2 hands so that you can push, and he's not that weaker than you. He's like 96-7% of you, and you close your eyes, you hit, but your brain always tells you, don't go too far, be lazy, don't push yourself. And when you try to push yourself, and when the brain tells you, be careful, it doesn't allow you to go 100%, but you don't know it. And sometimes when the other guys, when they are holding you, it might happen that when you are going all the way, they just let their arm, and when you open your eyes, you see that you're not doing 100% effort. So, but with weights you cannot lie weights. If you put 100 kg, it's 100 kg. They don't have mind, they don't think, they are just 100%, just 100 kg. So it's good to have some exercises that are fit to your style, and you can do it every day, or one day just arm wrestling, one day weights, whatever you want. But you can check if you are better and better and better for sure. because even if you are arm wrestling with someone that you cannot beat, really, you are pulling, and in 1 month you can get to train with him and you beat him easily, you cannot be 100% sure that you are actually stronger, because maybe the other guy is a little bit weaker or doesn't feel good. So that's a thing that I realized really. Also, training with bandages, it's the same. You're going, you're thinking that you push 100%, but it's not 100%. Sometimes you move the bandage until here, the next set you're moving it to here, so it's different. You're not pushing yourself. And the only thing that that makes the body progress is the stress. Without stress, there is no progress. No stress, no progress. I know this from one trainer, Ivan Abadjiev. I don't know if anybody heard of it. He is the trainer of our weightlifting 30 years ago. He was the trainer of trainers all around the world. He has many broken records, and he developed like a training system that works for every kind of sport. The baseline of this is that there is no such rest in the nature. So he said, you cannot say to the rabbit, don't worry, take a rest. The fox is not going to get it today. The rabbit will say, I don't care what you're saying, I'm prepared. Because it's life or death. And it should be like this in all kinds of sports. And this is the next question that occurs, okay, but can you train that hard every day? You can overtrain. The problem with overtraining. The thing is that it's not overtraining. It's not enough. You cannot recover enough from this. So most of the people, they are reducing the stress, the trainings, the hours that they spend, but it's better to focus to improve the recovery than to decrease the hours that you spend in. Also, Ivan Abadjiev noticed that their parents, probably your grandparents, they have spent many hours on the field just digging the ground, making sure that there is food on the table, 12, 14 hours a day under the sun. So they didn't overtrain, right? So that means that the body, there is no limit about how much the body can take. We don't know if there is a limit. So this means that what you believe, it is true. So I will continue saying that every day you have to stress your body. If you want, you can take 1-2 days off, of course, but this is just for the mentality. I feel that my body, when I start training very hard for competition, for example, for my match with Matt Mask, I was training hard every day, but there is a couple of days that where I'm just waking up, eating, thinking about the first training, eating, thinking about the second training, for the third training, going to sleep because I have another 3 trainings on the next day. And this is when your mind gets tired. So it has to focus also on the recovery of your mind. And I found out that some breathing techniques that can help you stop thinking, just to stop thinking, will help you to reduce the stress and to make your mind calm and not to overheat. Also, maybe you can find something else to do between the training. Some people are working, some people are doing some other stuff. And also the main thing about our system is every working set, training set, is over 95% of our max. It's just really almost 100% maxes. and you need to imitate as possible as it is exactly what you are trying to do on the table. This works for arm wrestling, weightlifting, running, and everything. And you have to forget about benching, squatting, deadlifting. We are not weightlifters, we are arm wrestlers. And some people will say, yeah, but if you do also bench pressing, half an hour, it will help you. And I will say, yeah, but if you don't do more 30 minutes bench pressing, but do side pressure, it will be better. Because benching is not arm wrestling. It's not arm wrestling movement. So yeah, basically my first training is on the table. I'm using, I can show you actually my handle that I made for myself. So that's it. There you go. This is called, I will say the name, it's the top row killer. So, it's just a piece of wood that has another stick. You just cut it and you make it like feels comfortable. It's like a thumb and it rolls like a wrist wrench but with a thumb.
Nice.
So it's pretty much it. But it's the most realistic handle that I have found. I really like to find which exercise it's okay for me to do it, but also if I'm doing with, let's say, with a wrist wrench, I'll make my own wrist wrench, just for me, the way I like it. It's very important to not to just copy people, just to ask, what should I do about this movement? What should I do about this movement? And when the other guy tells you, you have to do with this kind of strap, this how many repetition, this how many trainings per week. It's okay to listen to guys like me, like Devon, but also you have to listen to yourself. Just to try to feel what is right for you and what is not. We are not robots to copy one from the other. We need to make just a little adjustments. And yeah, that is my thumb wrist wrench. So I'm using it every day. I'm starting with just side pressure, using the Grasses pulley system, doing just side pressure stuff from, let's say the cable comes from here. I warm up, do a couple of 100% sets, then I change from up. If this really hits a lot of your fingers and your chest and the back of your shoulder. The back of your shoulder is one of the most important things. This is the part that gains the center of the table. Everybody should do from here. Everybody should do those kinds of exercises. This kind, everybody with different handles. But whether you are doing it to here or to yourself, it doesn't matter. Whether you are top rower, your presser, your hooker, you are going to use it. You are going to use it anyway. If you take somebody's wrist and you cannot finish, what? Everybody takes Jerry's wrist, but not everybody basically, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the two exercises that I do, and then I'm doing something for the biceps and the rotation. I'm not doing bicep curls, or as Dot Hutchins says, 6 bicep curls. I don't do it because this movement, I'm not sure if it is really helpful in arm wrestling. Hammer curls would be better, but not like with dumbbells. I use straps around the thumb or just through the hand. So this is my first training. It lasts like almost 2 hours. Then I eat, I rest 3-4 hours, and then my second table is on the my second training is on the table, and I will show you what kind of exercise I'm doing. Devon, can you come? So it really depends what kind of guys I'm facing my next match. So let's say if I'm facing Matt, I know that he's a top rower. I don't know what kind of top rower is. So I try to reach to anybody who has ever faced him and try to ask where does he hit. More to the thing, more to the fingers, to the side, to your wrist. So if they say more to the fingers, then I'm using this kind of exercise. My training partner just puts like this, the strap, grabs with the right, and the first couple of sets is I'm attacking, he is holding. So I'm telling him, okay, now you go, just put a little bit pressure, and I'm trying to curl. The thing is that he should be like a wall. He shouldn't move, because if I tell him, okay, just give me something, I will go 100% max, and he will let me. The mind will again kick in and say, okay, he will let go anyway. You told him to let go. You're not going to need 100% of your max, and you're not using 100%. That means you are not stressed. That means there is no progress. Sometimes I'm staying on the same level like for half a year, doing 3 trainings very hard, and I on the next level. It's really strange, but it's like this. So the second exercise that I do is just the same like this, but then when I go, I say to the other guy, take my wrist, and he takes. You have to concentrate also, because the mind, of course, will tell you he's way stronger than you with the strap, you cannot do anything to him. Lose your wrist, lose your wrist. Third exercise. We are using, I don't know, we don't have like this long straps. We put it all around the body, like this, and the other guy puts the hand. And this supports his biceps. The first 2 exercises is that when the other guy has, let's say, very strong rotation, like Devon, but if the other guy doesn't have this good rotation here, but has good bicep, this is the better choice. So again, you're imitating the fight. First exercise, couple of sets, I am attacking, then couple of sets, I'm losing. Again, with hook pullers, is pretty much the same. You are imitating the game. And that's pretty much it, the second training. The third training is just basic static lifts from the ground. Different types of grips. I'm using this kind of grip lately. I saw it from you. And I made for myself a pulling system with rolling handles. I'm using weights also. And the third training it lasts like 1 hour, just before to go to bed. Train, eat. So I'm training 5, 6, 7 days per week like this, and then I'm taking 1 or 2 days off. And I'm as much, so the more you train, the harder to warm up it will get. So you don't have to be afraid on the next day or the next couple of days when every day is a little bit harder, more pain, a little bit. It's tougher to get warmed up. It's okay. Everybody's like this. But also you have to be careful not to get injured. So every set is not, it's 100%, but it's very controlled, very smoothly. Everything is smooth. Even if I am holding weaker guys, sometimes I hold it with straps. My juniors, they just came 1 year ago, and I use the strap, not to bump myself, just to keep away from injuries and everything. Yeah, so before competition, sometimes I use 7 days rest, sometimes 5. It really depends how good I feel during the preparation. If I don't have pain, 5 days is okay. But lately I'm doing something different. Lately, let's say my match is 18th of February. So I took 11th and 12th rest, then 2 more days I trained, and then the rest of the days, 4 days, I rested. Sometimes I take a couple of days, then train a couple of days, and then rest a couple of days. It's very strange. You cannot predict exactly how are you going to feel on the match. But on the resting days, for sure, it is good to pump a little bit, just to get the blood flow, for sure. If you are making just laying on the bed, if you don't do anything, you will feel like crap. Yeah, very relaxed. No, you're not the same. So this is pretty much it. It's not something. There is no secrets. If someone tells you, can you tell me what are you doing? Just a little bit. No secrets. There is no secrets. Everybody wants secrets. The secret is that there is no secrets. You just have to train, and that's it. So,
Thank you.
If you have any questions.
Yeah, I think we have time for one question if anyone has one. We'll wrap it up in 2 minutes.
Question.
Yep.
It's an odd question, but do you let like any kind of relationship or like sex life interfere with like your training or anything?
You are asking if I fuck before.
either if it helps you or if it doesn't help you.
Well, I have tried some stuff. So let's say having sex just before training workout with weights to measure it, no difference.
I always feel tired. That's all.
How long did it take you to get up to be able to train 2 to 3 times a day consistently? How many years?
So 2012, the first tournament that I was all into it in my town, and I broke my arm then. Until then I was training just 1 time per day, 3-4 times per week. I broke my arm. Then when I was at home, I started to write my schedule for the summer holidays. And when they took off, the metal stuff and everything, I just started to train twice a day. But I started with weights. I started 2 times per day with weights for like 3 months, and then I started 3 times per day. But it's okay even if you start from the beginning. It's okay. Krasimir's, for example, there is one boy that couldn't make strict curl with just the
bar?
The bar. The bar was 6 kilos. With 2 hands he cannot do it one strict curl. 1 push-up he couldn't do on the way up. He couldn't do. But every day when he comes, Krasimir will say the first training, do as much push-ups as you can without warming. On the 3rd training, on the 2nd training, on the 3rd, every day. And for 1 month he started, or 2 months he started doing 30 push-ups on the round. Just, and for 2 years or I think on the second year or third year, he became second in men's division, 55 kilos in Bulgaria. So just the body adapts very good. You just need to be careful with warming up and getting enough sleep.
What break did you have?
But break the humerus.
The humerus, so the spiral fracture? Spiral?
What do you mean by
Like
spiral?
like the arm broke. Not you didn't rip off an attachment.
I think it was, I ripped something. They
Ripped.
told me that the bone.
The tendon pulled the
Yes,
bone.
the bone.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. And then you had it pinned back
Yes,
down?
yes,
And then you had it pulled back off.
yes. Yes.
My son had the same thing.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Because we-
When? How old was
He
he?
had it when he was 16.
16. Now? Can he stretch
18
his
now,
arm?
he's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's okay. So
okay.
I was lazy again.
Yeah.
They told me to stretch your arm, and it will be good.
Yeah.
And I was stretching a couple of days, then said, oh, no, I want to train.
Yeah.
And then from here, my arm was, after training, was like this. Then now I have to stretch. Then I train. And you see, I was lazy enough to stretch my arms. So, but it's okay.
What about at the top? Can you touch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, my right arm can go closer
Yeah.
than my left
Okay.
arm.
That's where it matters anyways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Jordan.
Thank you.
Thank you.